How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the State of Origin Game 2 team list announcement. Last night, the New South Wales State of Origin side was announced, and this morning, the Queensland State of Origin team was announced. So we're going to go through the both of the teams, and I'll give you my thoughts on both sides. And yeah, it should be good. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like this video. Comment your thoughts in the comment section below on the New South Wales and the Queensland team, what you think about both sides, and make sure you smash that goddamn subscribe button if you're new around here as well. It's much appreciated. So what we're going to do, obviously on NRL.com, they've got the team list out 1 through to 17 along with the reserves. So we'll go through each team individually, and I'll give you my thoughts on. I'll go through my thoughts on, you know, do I think this player deserves to be there and so forth. So we'll start with the Queensland side, and they've made a lot of changes, Queensland. So let's get into it. Fullback for Queensland, Reece Walsh. On the wings, Valentine Holmes and Kyle Feldt. In the centres, Kurt Capewell and Dane Gagai. In the halves, 5'8" Cameron Munster. Halfback and captain, Daly Cherry Evans. The front row of Christian Welch and Josh Papali. The hooker is Andrew McCulloch. On the in the back row, it's Jai Arrow and Felice Kafusi. At lock, it's Tino Fasua Malawi. And on the bench, Ben Hunt, Maui Fodawaker, David Fafita, and Francis Mollo. And the reserves, 18th man, Cohen Hess, and 19th man, Ronaldo Mulatalo. Now, we'll go to the New South Wales team, and then I'll go through my thoughts on the Queensland side. New South Wales, a very similar team to Game 1, just the one change. Fullback and captain, James Tedesco. On the wings, Brian To'o and Josh Adokar. In the centres, Latrell Mitchell and Tom Trbojevic. In the halves, 5'8" Jerome Luai, halfback Nathan Cleary. The front row of Daniel Saifiti and Junior Paulo. The hooker is Damien Cook. The back row of Cameron Murray, Tarek Sims, and at lock, Isaiah Yeo. And on the bench, Jack Whiten, Angus Crichton, Payne Haas, and Liam Martin. 18th man is Api Coruscant. 19th man is Campbell Graham. And number 20 is Dale Finucane. So they are the team list for State of Origin 2, or Game 2, which is on Sunday night. We'll kick off at 7:50 p.m. It's going to be absolutely magnificent. I'm looking forward to State of Origin 2. It'll be up there at Suncorp Stadium. You know, the third game in a row that Queensland get at home. You know, they had Game 3 at Suncorp last year. Game 1 at Townsville, and Game 2 in Queensland again. So 3 games in a row for Queensland in Queensland. So we'll see how they go, if they can handle the pressure. But let's get into my thoughts on both sides. So fullback is Reece Walsh, and I'm going to say, for a kid that's only played 7 NRL games, he's an 18-year-old kid, you're really throwing him under the bus here. I think if Reece Walsh has a bad game, the confidence of this kid are going to be shot to pieces. Now, I know the Warriors coach, Nathan Brown, has been coming out as of late and, you know, talking about Reece Walsh's down part about his game, you know, some of his errors, you know. He's pretty much been thrown in the Queensland side because of the injuries, you know. Ponga's not there, Brimson's not there, Holmes isn't there because he just isn't in great form at fullback. So they've decided to throw Reece Walsh in there. You know, as a New South Welshman, I want to wish him all the best. I hope he has a great game. But 7 games for an 18-year-old kid, fullback for Queensland. Don't know, man. I think they've gone absolutely mad, Queensland. But we'll see how he goes. But personally, I wouldn't have had him in there. But I probably would have kept Val at fullback and maybe put Mulatalo on the wing. But, you know, that's just my opinion. But anyway, we'll see how Reece Walsh goes at fullback. Wingers, Val Holmes and Kyle Feldt. So Val Holmes obviously goes to the wing. I think he'll be better on the wing. He's obviously he's very well experienced at that level on the wing. At fullback, not so much, but we all know what Val Holmes can do on the wing for Queensland. So I am more than fine with Val Holmes on the wing for the Maroons. And the other winger, Kyle Feldt. Now, I think it was between Kyle Feldt and Kyle Feldt and Xavier Coates, but Xavier Coates' form has been terrible, like I've been saying all year, and he's not going to be there. Xavier Coates, Kyle Feldt gets the nod. We'll see how he goes, but he had a pretty poor game in game one, Kyle Feldt, but the whole Queensland team played bad, really, so we'll see how Kyle Feldt goes. He deserves a second chance if he has a bad game here. I don't think you'll see him in game 3, but we'll see how he goes. He's on the wing with Val Holmes. Centres, Kurt Capewell, Dane Gagai. Now, Kurt Capewell, I do not understand why he is in the centres. We all saw game 1 what Latrell Mitchell and Tom Trbojevic did. You know, they would both swap sides. And Capewell, he's too slow for centre. He hasn't got the pace. He hasn't got the attack. He just doesn't have what it takes to be a great centre at Origin level. So if there's a weak link for Queensland, Kurt Capewell in the centres is definitely it. So Paul Grant's losing the plot there. I would have went with Chambers or W.I. Fido, but Kurt Capewell's there and he's got a job to do, but I think it's a terrible idea from Queensland. The other centre, Dane Gagai, look, I think in game 1, obviously, he was really disappointing. So expect Dane Gagai to have a better game in game 2. So I don't think he'll be bad again like he was in game 1. So expect Gagai to be a lot better in game 2, and he always does a job at Origin level. Halves, well, they pick themselves, don't they? Munster, DCE, 2 elite halves. Enough said. They're brilliant players. They're always going to be there. The front row, Christian Welch and Josh Papali. Christian Welch, he picks himself. He's been great all year for the Melbourne Storm. And Josh Papali, back from suspension. He's a huge influence on the Queensland forward pack. So he's there, and I'm sure he'll do a great job for Queensland. The hooker, Andrew McCulloch. This is a very interesting selection. Now, with Harry Grant being ruled out due to a hamstring and Reid Marnie being injured, opens the door for someone else. And McCulloch, we'll see how he goes. You know, I think him and Ben Hunt will have a rotation off the bench at dummy half, so we'll see how they both go. But McCulloch at number 9, I don't mind it. He's got plenty of experience and he's playing well at the Dragons. So good luck to Andrew McCulloch at dummy half. I think he'll do well for the Maroons. Back row, Jai Arrow and Felice Kaufusi. Jai Arrow is not an edge player. It's the same as Cam Murray for New South Wales. Not an edge player. Put Jai Arrow in the middle or put him on the bench. I don't like him in the back row. But see how he goes. Felice Kaufusi, look, been saying it all year. Felice Kaufusi is the backwards player of the year. He's been terrible this year, Felice Kaufusi. He's been average at Melbourne, average in the Maroons jersey. So if you're going to play Kaufusi, put him on the bench. But anyway, he's in the team, and we'll see how he goes. At lock, it's Tino. We all know how good Tino is. He's obviously going to be in the team, so he should do the job. And on the bench, Ben Hunt, like I just said, you know, the rotation. Ben Hunt and McCulloch, a good rotation there, and I'm glad Ben Hunt's in the team because I think he suits the dummy half role in Origin level, so we'll see how he goes. Melby Fotuaika, probably one of the shining lights for Queensland in game 1. Did a great job in game 1, Melby Fotuaika, so I think he'll do a good job for the Maroons there off the bench. David Fifita on the bench as well. I would have switched him and Kaufusi personally, but off the bench, maybe that impact will be good, but we'll see what happens. And Francis Molo from the Cowboys. Now, I think he'll do a great job. Frankie Molo has been playing quite well for the Cowboys off the bench, so I'm interested to see how he goes there. But he's on the bench with the Maroons. And Cohen is 18th man again, so no surprise there. And Molitalo's there as well, but I don't think he'll get a run. But anyway, that's the Queensland team. I think it's a pretty good side, and they should really be a lot better in game 2 than what they were in game 1. Now let's go to the New South Wales team. Obviously, not much to talk about here. Obviously, the back line stays the same. Look, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? The back line, it's an elite back line. It's quality, and I think everyone in the back line pretty much picks themselves. So, Tedesco, Toto, Latrell, Addo-Carr, Turbo, they all pick themselves, and I am happy that they are all there once again. Halves, Luai and Cleary. Again, combination from game 1, combination at Penrith. It's brilliant. It's obviously a no-brainer. So, Luai and Cleary, they should be good together in the halves as always. But, you know, every time New South Wales have flawed Queensland, the next game, Nathan Cleary's had a bit of a quiet game. So, this is where Nathan Cleary needs to get the ball and say, I am not going to have my past issues, you know, ruin me. So, Nathan Cleary, you need to take control of this side in game 2 and seal the deal for New South Wales. And obviously in the forwards, Daniel Saifiti keeps his spot, well deserved. And Junior Paulo starts because Jack Trbojevic is out, so Paulo goes to the front row and Crichton goes to the bench. But Paulo and Saifiti, a fantastic front row duo there. They should do a great job. Hooker, Damien Cook. Look, I've been critical of Damien Cook this year. His form hasn't been amazing. So, you know, if New South Wales lose this game, there'll be pressure on him for game 3. But Damien Cook, I think he needs to run the ball a bit more for the Blues and obviously at club level as well. But we all know how good Damien Cook is when he's on. So see how he goes. Back row, Cam Murray, Tariq Sims. Not a big fan of Cam Murray on an edge. He should be in the middle personally, but I would have started Crichton up back row and put Cam Murray on the bench personally, but that's just me. But we'll see how Cam Murray goes in game 2. Maybe he'll have a big game and surprise me. The other back row, Tariq Sims, probably wouldn't have been there if New South Wales had a lost game 1 because they probably would have made a few changes to Blues. They do that all the time. So Tariq Sims, he did a good job in game 1, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes in game 2. Like Isaiah Yeo, no-brainer. Best lock in the game at the moment, in my opinion. So I'm glad he's there. The bench, Jack Wighton, he didn't really do much in game 1, but he didn't really have to because the Blues didn't have any injuries anywhere. So I think Jack Wighton will come on the field at some stage and do a decent job. But I'm not a big fan of him in the team, but we'll see how he goes. Also, Angus Crichton comes into the side. Now, he'll probably play a fair bit in the middle and maybe on an edge. So Crichton's a great addition to the Blues. He's a huge inclusion, and I think he'll be great for the Blues, along with Payne Haas on the bench. Again, amazing impact as always. And Liam Martin did a great job in game 1, Liam Martin. So he obviously retains his spot. And Api Carousel, 18th man, I don't think he'll get in the side unless Cook is injured. Campbell Graham had a big game last weekend against Brisbane, so maybe he's trying to put his hand up to be in there somewhere, but he's not there just yet. And Dale Finucane's that middle forward in case you want to bring him in. But anyway, I think New South Wales have got a really good side, and I'm expecting Origin 2 to be a much closer game. And, you know, go New South Wales, but Queensland will definitely challenge in game 2, and they will be a lot better than what they were in game 1. But guys, let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the Origin teams for game 2? Let me know in the comment section below. I think it will be a great game, and I'll be doing my State of Origin preview, well, probably Thursday or Friday night. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys go out and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, lads, and I'll see you guys in the next one.